Hello and welcome to Becky's House of Sewing. This is my podcast about all things thread and needle, mostly cross stitch and quilting, but various and sundry other things. So welcome back. I had a week off as I had prepped you guys before. Ron, I did prep you. Christmas is going to be busy. The first day of our Alpha sale at work. Transform with Alpha. Call me if you need any help with any spaces. Christmas, and honestly, having whatever I had, trying to get over it for the last 3 weeks has been kind of a nightmare, I don't mind saying. So it's, busy in retail and then busy at home and then not feeling well. Really just, I give December a 1-star rating. I do not recommend. Anyway, at least December 2021. But we're on the other side. It is still very busy at work because it is our Super Bowl with our Alpha, our best-selling product and favorite product on sale. So I am busily designing closets and spaces for people and organizing for people, which is kind of fun. But that, again, still with the recovery, I did have to get some steroids to kind of help push my immune system over the edge to kind of get over it. I do still have a little bit of a cough, but I actually feel like myself. So that's always a good sign. But it has made me very flippy, for lack of a better term, with my projects, because I've had little to no energy or enthusiasm to do much. But I have had some things to share and show. First of all, do you see my flowers in the background? My husband brought me flowers at work yesterday. Isn't that sweet? So I just put them here so everyone could see them and ooh and ah. Buster is settling in, so we're good to go. So what have I done? I started another project, the Acorns and Threads chart from Liz Matthews. With needle in hand and joy in my heart. I don't know if you can see, like on the first house where it says A and T. So Acorns and Threads. Cute. So I started this because I had got the bars in the mail for the right size. And see, still coughing. Just kind of made random progress. Like I wanted to get to certain things, so I just kind of, did a few things to get corner to corner, and then top to bottom, get some of these done. There's a house over here, so, just trying to get some of it done. Normally, when I do a cross stitch, I kind of like want to finish an entire motif and move on to the next. I've been very flighty. So all of these, what makes it so adorable is that there's so many little doodads. And like each one of these has like 4 different threads in it, which is cute in the picture. But once you start doing it, like, I have to thread another needle. Excuse me. So I've just been kind of working with one thread and doing what I can to get to a certain point and then starting another color that makes sense and working to that point. What's not as clear to me in the picture as it is in person is that this is all very kind of gray. It's not a black background kind of deal. The fabric, I don't know if it's coming across because I have some light in here because it's gloomy day. It's like a light gray. And then the darker color is a gray as well. So it's really pretty and something not the norm, I guess. So I'm still working on the Token of Fall bird. I just haven't played with it just because I haven't had the energy. I've had this up and kind of get obsessed with getting to a certain point to see where I'm at make sure my counts are right and that sort of stuff. But the other day I wanted to sew, and I didn't know really what I wanted to sew, but I just kind of wanted to put things together and not really think about it. So I grabbed my scrap bin, and I had made a couple of presents for Christmas for people, and just kind of did, inspired by Zach Foster quilts, just kind of doing mini scrap quilts. When you sign up for Zach Foster's newsletter, you get instructions on how to make your own mini quilt. So I had a gift for a friend that I made and kind of attached to the back of that and mailed it off to her. And then I made a needle book in the same fashion. And so they're addicting. It's fun sewing scraps together and not really necessarily having a pattern, and then seeing how they line up, and then, you know, squaring it up if you need to, or making it fit and cutting it up and that sort of thing. So the other day, I made this. Isn't that fun? Just random scraps. And there's some scraps in there. Let's see if I can get to it. Like that are really tiny. And you just kind of kept sewing and sewing, and it kind of turned into something. So I have a couple ideas, highfalutin ideas with that. I might just stop where I'm at, make a project bag out of it, or I could keep going, because Lord knows I've got plenty of scraps, and make, I don't know, a little quilt, make squares, blocks out of that, and frame it up. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? That is not the point. As previously stated before, one does not ask rude questions like, what are you going to do with that? That's not the point. The point is doing. The point is having fun. The point is relaxing. All of which has been hard to do as of late. So there are plenty of things I want to do, none of which I necessarily have time for or energy for, but that's kind of been it. I'm really looking forward to the weekend and starting 2022. Have my calendar all ready. I haven't put any stickers or anything in it, but I do intend to write in it every day, or at least every week, and get caught up and kind of keep a track of what I've been doing. So I'm looking forward to using that rifle calendar that I showed you guys a few weeks ago. I also intend on watching YouTube for New Year's Eve. Kate from the Last Homely House has taken the month of December off because she needed to for health reasons, kind of get her health back into gear. But she plans to do a live stream, and last year she did a live stream on her YouTube channel quite by surprise, quite by accident, and it was quite successful and fun, and I enjoyed watching it. So I intend to get some sewing out and watching Kate on her live stream. I think she's planning to do some reading and some sewing and some chatting, all of the things I enjoy doing. That's kind of it. So, sorry, Ron, haven't said your name much. I guess you can drink now, Ron. The drinking game has been noticed, has been spoken about in sewing and stitching today. When we chatted about how Ron was disappointed that he missed a video, and she said, why? Because of the drinking game? I said, yes, Ron. Yes, Ron wants to be drinking while he watches Becky's House of Sewing. So there you have it, Ron. You're famous. And other than that, I'm just like looking around my sewing room. I've got scraps everywhere. I'm lucky enough that I actually have my gift wrap put away-ish. So I should probably get some sewing done. But then again, maybe I won't. I don't need to feel that pressure. So we'll see how the next week or two comes about. I'm sure I'll get some progress done on my cross stitch and while I'm watching some TVs. And other than that, I'm just gonna lay low, people. Gonna keep taking care of myself. I'd like to see a couple of days put together where I am not coughing and hacking and feeling poorly. That would be delightful. I wonder what that's like. Let's see if we can remember what that's like. Let's go back to November, shall we? And other than that, I'm gonna try to not buy things. A couple things on my list, though. I will tell you, 2 things I have on my list. We even talked about this in stitching. Tula Pink, who is a very cool fabric designer. She has a wide history in graphic arts, especially in the rock and roll world. And now she has her own line of everything. I showed you guys the pineapple pining for you quilt that I got. She has a new line because fabric lines, they take like 2 years to come out. So she's already talking about her next line. It's called Tiny Beasts, I think. But it's very cool. And the quilt kit for that is in the shape of acorns. So I really feel I need to do that one for sure. And then the other thing I can't wait to get, and I will have it. I've just decided I'm buying the entire kit. I do not care the dollar amount. I'm not going to even look at it. I'm going to buy it though. It's from Hands Across the Sea. Now, Hands Across the Sea is a cross-stitch designer team based in London, England, and in Australia. One partner's in Australia, one partner's in England, and they reproduce old samplers. And they're beautiful. And they do make some of their own samplers, like inspired by, not exactly stitch for stitch reproduction. But she found one that was clearly from a needle point teacher or a cross stitch teacher, because back in the 1800s, girls went to school to learn how to sew and make those pretty stitches and that sort of thing. I'm sure it also has something to do with reading and writing and knowing your alphabet and that sort of stuff, because a good sampler usually has alphabets and numbers and a phrase and different motifs. And that's why it's a sampler, because it's a sampling of different types of stitches, different motifs, different alphabets, things like that. So this one is called Mrs. Campbell. And it's gorgeous. It's smaller, similar size to this bad boy. At least it looks like to me. Very colorful. The border is just gorgeous. It almost, it's a floral, but it almost looks like Christmas light bulbs, you know, the old kind that are kind of oval shaped. That's what it kind of looks like. And the sentiment in the middle is something like paying attention to your work type thing. And I just loved it. So she's working on it right now. One of the ladies that does the YouTube for Hands Across the Sea. And I can't wait to get it. So I hope that comes out in the next, you know, it could wait 6 months because, yeah, I've got plenty of projects. But it's on my list to buy when available. And they usually do their conversions into silks instead of cottons, which of course is more expensive. But with my experience from stitching the Token of Fall with the bluebird being in silk, I'm anxious to try the silk line that they usually use. I think it's a Veriswa 103s. They come on cute little spool. I probably need another container to organize it. That's my hopes and dreams. And with that, dear friends, I think I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. I need to get back to my couch and watch more Harry Potter, I think. Think that's going to be my plan. I might cross stitch. I might just fall asleep on the couch. Who knows? The world is my oyster. But thank you all for following along and enjoying the videos. Please subscribe if you enjoy it. I hope to see you again. And I'll see you next year. Bye.